Africanism is 9 o'clock. My Pan-African Parliament. Welcome back. We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rocking black heart clothing today. Looking good on your boy. Looking fresh on your boy. Ah, let's do the usual sabotage that I always get. Let's do the usual testing. Let's check if the audio and the visual are okay because that's the usual sabotage that I get. 9 o'clock sharp on my watch. We're going. We're going. We're going live. We're going live. We're going live. Let's do the usual checks. Let's do the usual checks because you guys know that YouTube always sabotages me. My goodness. Internet is okay. Wi-Fi is okay. Blood is in. Blood is saying it's good, King. Thank you so much. No man, blood. How can it be good when the picture is so poor, blood? Come on, man. Or is the picture clear by your side? Picture is very poor on my side. I don't know why I get this sabotage from YouTube every time. Picture is not clear from my side. So much to speak about Pan-Africanist. So much to speak about picture breaking, picture not clear. Ah, my people, so disappointing. This rubbish I face it almost every week. This rubbish. Let me try to do something here. Let me see. Is that better? I need to get the picture quality perfect. My goodness. It was almost good by pressing there. Let's see. Peace in Pan Africanism to everybody that's tuning in. We're just having a problem with the picture quality. Let me just try to fix that, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue. We cannot continue with a dark picture quality. Jesus. Let me see if the front camera works a little bit better. No, still the same. It's not the camera. I promise you, it's not the camera. It's not the camera. As you guys know that I use a very. Are we good now? Looks like we're good now. Quality of the camera is good now, unless if he starts doing its nonsense again. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying by all means to get the settings right. How is the picture quality looking from your side, ladies and gentlemen? How is the picture quality? Picture quality, so important to me. Picture quality. While when I'm standing still, the picture is all right, but once I start moving, the picture quality starts showing me flames. It's so disappointing because we need to talk about the state of colonization, where we are as a colonized uh, continent, where our colonizers are in terms of the gap that they have opened between us. We need to talk about what we need to do to close that gap. We need to talk about practical steps of how black people can close the gap, but not with this picture quality. My goodness. My goodness. Every time I log out and back in, it becomes okay, but let me see. I don't know why it does that. I log out and I log back in. Quality is good. After a few seconds, the quality starts to die. It's going back and forth from 720 to 420 quality, but not with the picture quality. Yeah, not with the dark picture quality. I don't. Come on, man. We need to have some type of standard. We need to have some type of good picture quality, not this rubbish that I'm seeing here. It's everything, King. Why they fear like this? Yes, we need to also thank you. Chosen One is in the house. Chosen One is always in the house saying, why are they fearing Zuma like this? We need to talk. We need to talk about. I'm going to explain something about the Zuma situation. I'm not sure if you're going to agree with me or not, but I am definitely going to explain and give my thoughts about that. And you know, I'm just waiting for the members of parliament to come in. Um, I was very sick the past 2 days, guys. I'm not sure if you guys notice on the on. I'm trying to remove something that is on my screen that does not allow me to see comments perfectly because I was busy pressing this nonsense. But looks like the picture quality is okay now, eh? Picture quality is okay now. I think I've got a click now. It's just logging off and logging back on. It looks like it. That is the issue. So yes, guys, we are we are almost at what you call 20,000 subscribers. That's another thing that we need to talk about. I need to send about 10 t-shirts to different people in Mzansi. I'm going to be sending the Paseta t-shirts, which are very special t-shirts to me and to the dream that we're trying to build. The Paseta, for those who are just tuning in, is the name of our school. Paseta is the school. There's the Pan African School of Economics, Technology, and Agriculture. That is the school that we are attempting to build. I am trying to set up meetings with some very important people to say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we want to do. Um, this is how far we want to go with these things. Can you assist us and whatever? I did get Mrs. Dondolo at the Department of Education here in the Northern Cape, who has been who when I told her about Paseta, she just lit up and said, "Wow, it's nice to see young people trying to do something at this time and age." So I was so excited with the way she received us, and she took out when she took out the form and gave me the form. She did not only give me the form, she went through every sentence in the form, making sure that I understand everything in that form. So for me, that was very nice to experience because I work for government myself, so I know how government workers can be, and especially her being a manager of the unit. I was actually looking for one of the workers of the unit, but stumbled into her office where she just welcomed me and me and my friend who went there, and she just took us in, offered us coffee. She said, I don't allow walk-ins in my office, but you guys are just lucky because you're already in the office. Usually my PA will stop you from entering my office and all of that. And then she allowed us to come in, took us through the form, and that is how we managed to put our name in there. So our name is in the process of being verified as a school. But remember, to be verified as a school, you need a physical building. You can't register a name. You can't register a name as a school. So for now, the name is there. It's in the process of being registered as a school. The school as a company is registered. Some of you have seen. I've shared the. Is the picture all right, or is the picture breaking away again? So the school as a company is registered, and it's a legal entity now. So we don't have to worry about that. The school is a legal entity. Just give me a second. Let me just. It was okay. Okay, we back. We back. Thank you so much. So yes, the school is a legal entity now. We are live. One of my friends who is a John. What do I call you? He's a what do I call you? A graphic designer what do I call you? Such a guru with everything. He's watching now and he's busy checking because he's one of the people that's going to assist King Said So Studios with setting up and making sure that we go live on a computer. Because sometimes I say some things. He says I must call him a animator and creative director. Yes, that sounds better. He's a creative director, so I need to make sure that Ujon, who's got he also has a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel's name? Please comment your YouTube channel's name on the session, my big brother, so that they can follow you and give you subscribers, please. So he's a creative director. He's a person that does a lot of work. He'll be doing some of the work of the school, doing a 3D video for you guys to see our plan for the schools. So he's one of the people that the picture is breaking again. You guys must tell me when the picture is breaking. You guys must tell me when the picture is breaking. No. You guys must tell me when the picture is breaking on the comment section, because once I start talking, I don't look at my other phone. I look at the phone that I'm recording with. So please let me on the comment section so that I can be aware when the picture is breaking. It's very important for me to know. Okay. I don't know, John. John, you must tell us what is causing this thing. You are the IT guru here. Tyrone says we are not saving Africa with with quality. I understand. This is the evening king. Why do they fear? Okay, I'll answer that one, but not with this quality. Yes, I don't want to miss any any comment. Yeah, so please let me on the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, because that also deters other people from joining the live feed because they get in here and they just have poor picture quality and they just leave immediately because what does it help watching someone that you can't even see? Picture looking good on my side. It's not looking good on my side. It keeps on breaking. Okay, it's something that I'm going to take care of. I just hope, John, we will look at to go live using the PC rather. Could be that. Okay, so our creative director says he will look into that. So we will touch on that. It for me it disturbs me, man, because I'm such a perfectionist. I don't like things that are not clear. Oh yeah, I hate things that are not clear. When I say 9 o'clock, I want it to be 9 o'clock. When I say whatever the time is, I want things to be on time. I don't want when I reprimand other people, then you find that I myself am not doing the right thing. And nobody is perfect, but when we live as a certain standard as Africans, we must keep to the standard. King, are you going to the LGBTQ Pride next week? Uzidot. Uzabafimba. Hey, okay, okay. I'm going to Taran. Taran, I'm going to answer that question. Let me start with the Jacob Zuma one. Uh, Funa Lema LGBT, whatever movement. Are you saying I'm an alphabet gang, the gang of the alphabets? Look, ladies and gentlemen, we need to look at the Zuma situation uh, holistically, is the word that I would like to use. We need to look at it holistically and we need to be honest with ourselves as to what exactly is happening here. Number one, let me try to take it back. Jacob Zuma, Thabo Mbeki, Cyril Ramaphosa never liked each other from the beginning. Jacob Zuma was supposed to be the Secretary General when Cyril Ramaphosa became the Secretary General. It's been recorded by Abokal Nihal that even though Chris Hani were asking when Cyril Ramaphosa came into the scene, who is this young man? Because he came in he did not grow in the trenches of the ANC and grow up the structures. He just appeared at the top and he became what you call Nelson Mandela's Secretary General. People did not understand what is going on there. Who is this young man? So from that time, I think the bitterness between him and Jacob Zuma, because he got about 1,000 something votes from the ANC candidates, and Jacob Zuma got 400 votes. There's a video online. You can go and check that video when Cyril Ramaphosa won the Secretary General post from Jacob Zuma. So the hate started there because Jacob Zuma was sure I'm going to get this post. Fast forward, Jacob Zuma then overtakes Cyril Ramaphosa and becomes a president before him. The bitterness continues, ladies and gentlemen. The bitterness continues between the two. So now we are in a situation where every president of the ANC, except for Nelson Mandela, in their last term, meaning on their second term, on their last term, they are weaker because the ANC has got a policy that they have driven to parliament that no one person can be a president for 3 years. The reason they did that is that they did not want one person to be a dictator, meaning being a president for 15 years. 15 years looked like a long time for the ANC. So they pushed that agenda to say, listen, if you are a president in the ANC, you can only, in the country, you can only become a president for 2 terms. And we know a term is 5 years. So it is only 10 years that you can be a president. And after the 10 years, you can maybe continue to be the ANC president, but unfortunately, we're going to vote you out so that you cannot be the state president. So that is what the policies say. So once you are removed from the state president, be sure that you're not going to be the ANC president because the deputy president wants to then become the ANC, the country's president. So that is what is happening in that regard. The bitterness started there. So Jacob Zuma was president, did not finish his term. Thabo Mbeki was president, did not finish his term. They get taken out the last year or last 2 years of the Hegel. So Jacob Zuma had that bitterness that he kept, that why are you removing me? Because remember, he wanted to conclude the nuclear deal. He wanted to conclude the nuclear. That's why he was firing ministers of finance that did not want to sign this nuclear deal because they were taking experts advice to say South Africa does not have this 1 trillion. 1 trillion to normal South African, it sounded like a lot of money. But when we look at the status of Eskom right now, burning about 350 million of diesel in 3 months, just on diesel alone, we see that 1 trillion was not a lot. They killed Jacob Zuma. They made sure they take him out. And also they went for his son. His son was linked to the Guptas. And being linked to the Guptas, they closed his account. As far as I know from the last time I checked, Dudizane Zuma still does not have an account number in South Africa now. I wonder how he's running his political party. So that is what happened at that stage. You understand what I'm saying? So it's that bitterness that they don't only come for me, they are coming for my children only. And after coming from children, they then take it to the next level where they are planning this thing. They say, maybe they had in the passage that there is a political party that is being registered. It's named Contour Season. I'm sure this crooked Jacob Zuma is going to be part of that party. What must we do? Let's make sure that Jacob Zuma goes to court and we give him a sentence so he can be sentenced to go to prison so that when the 2024 election comes, he does not qualify to stand for president. Even if he beats us as the ANC, but that man must not be president because if he becomes president, he is surely going to kill all of us. He's coming for our heads, including Zondo, including all the guys, Didi Mabuza, Cyril Ramaphosa, all of them that went against him. Because remember, Didi Mabuza is the reason why Cyril Ramaphosa is president. Let me try to consolidate it. Now, as he came back from prison, he then went and gave fuel to this thing of Mkhonto Wesizwe. But prison happened in a situation where his popularity showed power in terms of the July unrest. Was it June? June unrest. So I'm just trying to read the comments. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're good to go now. Thank you so much, School. Yes. So yes. So that is what happening. I'm just giving you guys a background so that you can have a clear, a clear view of the story, because some of you know this, but some of you never thought of it like this. So, so now he comes from prison, endorses Mkhonto seizure. Now they don't know how to stop him, because they remember this man's popularity is big and it's clearly showing which is Mkhonto seizure. Just one day after announcing that he is joining Mkhonto seizure, about 500,000 people joined Mkhonto seizure. After 3 days, the number was said to be at 1 million. This is according to their online registration process. We don't know how true that is, because that number, I think last time I checked, was something at 10 million, of which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Why is it unbelievable? Remember, the ANC won the 2019 elections with 10 million voters. So to say Mkhonto already has 10 million, it's a crazy number. But we don't know. We will see when the polls come. We will see. So now they are trying to see, how can we fight this Jacob Zuma guy? They say, no, but let's fight him. Remember, it's January. Now they are saying, no, Mkhonto is a trademark of the ANC. You cannot use Mkhonto as uh, what you call. Why are you guys not telling me that I've got earphones on?
So they are now saying, let's try to attack this Mkhonto season. Let's attack this Mkhonto season and make sure that this Jacob Zuma does not get does not get a line to attack us, an angle to attack us. So they are trying to attack them there. But if you look carefully, they did it cautionally, because the IEC said, but according to our processes, when you register a political party with the IEC sends a message to every registered party and to the public to say, listen, there's a new party that has been registered. If you've got any objections against this party, say it now. I think that process is for 2 months. 2 months after registering a party, anyone can come and say, no, those people cannot register because of 1, 2, 3. They can put their reasons there. But nobody said anything, because remember, Ujabulane Khumalo is the one that registered Mkhonto Sizwe and not Jacob Zuma. So that is how this thing then transpired and went forward. When Jacob Zuma announced the support of Mkhonto Sizwe, that's when they tried to stop him. You understand? Let me say, MK party is likely to cause a vote date to be postponed. That's a big safe gain for the ANC if voting is discontinued. Okay, I'll come to that. Thank you for that comment. So now we see ourselves in a situation where they are no longer trying to fight this thing off the trademark. Right now, the trend is they want to deregister Mkhonto Sizwe. Now, if you are a smart politician, if you are Cyril Ramaphosa and you are a smart politician, you would not do that, because it will cause anarchy, because Mkhonto Sizwe has already shown you that they've got a big following. Ladies and gentlemen, if you agree with me, just click the like button. It's important to wipe our feet on the like button. I know there's a lot of haters that are watching my lives. I don't know why, but those who are channel members and who are liking what they're hearing, please just smash the like button for me. I'll appreciate it so much. It helps us spread the word to other people who are on the chat, who are on YouTube, that we are live. Thank you so much. So now they're trying to deregister Mkhonto Sizwe, but they are monitoring it because the risk is there. Why is this a risk? The risk is that people might retaliate. There might be another July unrest. The Mkhonto Sizwe youth president, interim youth president, Ubonginkosi Khanyile. Yesterday I kept on saying Bongikosi Khumalo. I don't know why. Excuse me for that. It's Bongikosi Khanyile. he did warn Cyril Ramaphosa and warn the IEC that you guys are not taking us out of the ballot. Should you take us out of the ballot, we are definitely going to render these elections ungovernable. Which is true. They are going to do it. Because remember, Jacob Zuma has got this thing that people who follow him without how do I put it? They follow him without thinking. They follow him without condition. You remember how Julius Malema was with Jacob Zuma. He was willing to kill, and he said, nobody touches my Jacob Zuma. I am willing to kill for Jacob Zuma. You remember those years, okay? So now you come to this year where they've got another crazy hothead, which is Bonginkosi Kanyile. Bonginkosi Kanyile fears Fokon. Says, listen, nobody's going to take Mkhonto we Sizwe out of the ballot, and nobody's going to take Jacob Zuma out of our ballot. We are nominating our president. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mkhonto we Sizwe is not going to win the elections. They know it too. But Mkhonto we Sizwe's aim is to get the ANC below 50%. That is their main aim. Get the ANC below 50%. The two-third majority they are talking about is them with the EFF, with the other political parties like the ATM and the PAC and all the UDM, all these small parties joining together, trying to get that 60%. That is their two-third majority they are talking about. Mkhonto we Sizwe alone cannot get the two-third majority. Never mind even winning the election. It's not possible. You understand? Because of the EFF is there, there's other parties, the DA is there, the IFP is there. Mkhonto we Sizwe is going to get a big chunk, but Mkhonto we Sizwe is definitely not going to win the election. But that's not their aim. Their aim is to see the big elephant in the room dying, going down. So now, my brother, is it my sister? Tidiso. Now, when it comes to postponing the elections, they can't do that. They've got a fear because the DA has now written to US and to the UK to say, come and observe what is going on in our country. We don't trust this ANC. They might be working with the IEC to tweak and rig the election. That might be true, but you don't call corrupt people to come and check your corruption. The USA is the last people to come and check us about free, fair, and transparent elections. They are the bullshit of the world, so we can't even trust them. So now we are sitting in the situation is, will South Africans allow, never mind Mkhonto we Sizwe people, South Africans, me and you, maybe who don't support Mkhonto we Sizwe, will we be happy if Mkhonto we Sizwe gets removed on the ballot? I, for one, even if I say I'm going to vote for the EFF, I, for one, I want to see how good Mkhonto we Sizwe is going to be. I would not. Can you guys go on the comment section and tell me, do you want Mkhonto we Sizwe on the ballot or off the ballot? Just on the comment section, just tell me. You guys must tell me when this stupid picture starts doing its nonsense. You guys must tell me. Look at that. Look at this rubbish. Look at this rubbish. On the Mkhonto we Sizwe is the biggest threat to the ANC. Numbers speak for itself. MK must be on the ballot. MK must be on the ballot. Every South African who's got a clear mind and who understands democracy wants to see Mkhonto we Sizwe on the ballot. You understand what I'm saying? Mkhonto we Sizwe must 100% be on the ballot. That's what Goodwill is saying. Oh, Mr. Mazibugu, thank you so much. Mr. Mazibugu is always here. Do you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? On the ballot. Even Andre is saying Mkhonto must be on the ballot. Why must it be on Umkhonto Mesize is here to stay, unfortunately? Yes, unfortunately, it must be here. You must always say fortunately or unfortunately. Yes, Mabi is also here. Mobi is also here. Yeah, so as a South African, you must be concerned when another political party that clearly has got a movement. We're not talking about Rise Mzansi here, or a Rise Mzansi, or these small little parties. Quantum Conto is on the ballot as well. As a South African, you say to yourself, because it's a democratic country, let every human being vote for whoever they want. That is what you must say as a South African. You understand what I'm saying? Picture quality, picture quality, picture quality, picture quality, picture quality. You told it. King. Big Eddie TV always here also. Control season must be on the ballot. Let's do something. Just give me 1 second. Don't go. Just give me 1 second. Yes. Just give me 1 second. Sometimes it requires me to just refresh a little bit, and then the picture quality comes all right. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, please warn me every time when the picture quality is not of the standard of this channel. This channel does not tolerate mediocrity, poor quality, poor anything. I'm not that type. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness, we need to fix it. We need to fix it. John, you can see how I'm struggling, brother. I need to go live with the laptop. I'm sick and tired of this stupid quality. Peak is good now. Okay. Big Eddie says the peak is good now. It was good all this time. It just started to do its nonsense, Big Eddie, when you came in from my gang. It started to go. I'm checking it out on my other screen, so excuse me as you see me looking on the side. Thank you, King, for acknowledging MK on the ballot. Yes, so MK must be on the ballot. It's important for democracy that MK must be on the ballot. We need MK ibe khona ephezu kweballot ukuthi omunye nomunye umuntu ofuna ukuvotela MK omunye nomunye ayikuta gore nna le gone ke batla votela MK ayivotele kapa motho o ko Mafikeng kapa o ko Bloemfontein ko ba re keng Thabatshwane or ke kae gotle mo motho a leng ko teng o a batlang go votelang MK ayivotele. You don't want a situation where you derive the MK supporters from voting for the party that they want, and then you find anarchy. You find you instigating violence unnecessary. Now, what the president must say now, the ANC president, he must say, listen, we hear MK members are saying if they are getting taken off the ballot, there's going to be anarchy and all that. MK party members and leadership, do not worry yourself about being off the ballot paper. You are going to be on the ballot paper for the sake of democracy. That's what we want. We as the ruling party, we are not going to take you off the ballot. In fact, we're going to do everything to keep you on the ballot. And I told you guys when I compared the Economical Liberators Forum and the Economical Freedom Fighters, I told you that logos and name can be changed quickly. The MK, people are not voting for MK, people are following Jacob Zuma. It does not matter if they change that name and make it Umkhonto Wesizwe Sabantu, Umkhonto Wabantu, Umkhonto Wemzansi, Umkhonto Azania, or whatever. People don't care about the name. People are following that name, that man Jacob Zuma. Why are they following that man Jacob Zuma? Because Jacob Zuma is the only black president that is hated by white people. The only one. Cyril Ramaphosa, they dislike him. They don't hate him. They disliking him because the economy is not working under his watch. Thabo Mbeki, they liked him because the economy was working. Nelson Mandela, let's not even talk about Utata. May his soul rest in peace. So Jacob Zuma, they hated him because he shifted the power from white monopoly capitalists to these blacks, Indians, and coloreds. It is under Jacob Zuma that the record black millionaires were created. You guys called it corruption. We called it transferring of wealth from one group to another. Can I get an amen on the conversation? Diabamba is, telling guys, is MK at risk of not being on the ballot? If so, I do not agree. Let all who qualify to contest election to do it. Yeah. The reason, the question is, if the MK does not qualify, why do you want to disqualify them 2 months before the election? Why didn't you disqualify them last year? You understand what I'm saying? Do not be crooked. Because if they wait for March to finish, busy running up and down in court, in April, then they say MK is not on the ballot. Imagine the type of anarchy our country is going to get. It is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Put back your earpiece. We can hear you. You guys, are you serious? You can't hear me now. Who's MK Provincial Northwest Office is opposite San Hospital of Maike, Blood. Amen. Okay, there's someone that says they can't hear me. Am I audible? We can hear you. Oriang petela lo ngoba umlungu lokhu obhalele doti lela. Yazi lezi zaphapha lezi sihlala zikhona la. Oh Nkosi yami. Okay, looks like I'm clear. Let me do the volume here. Okay, I can hear myself. Was passing by but decided to stay. Welcome. We're discussing a lot of things here, Mr. Decided to stay. The state of the political status right now in South Africa. We are discussing our school, Paseta, the school that this channel is building. This is not just a fly-by-night channel. It's a channel that is striving to make a difference in the community. Paseta stands for Pan-Africanist School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. That's what we are trying to do here. We registered the school. We had people on the subscribers who came here to assist us with the logo. It's just that I'm not wearing the t-shirts. I'm wearing one of the sponsors t-shirt, which is Black Heart. You can see the heart there. If you follow my channel, you know everything about Black Heart. And we are trying to speak about Paseta. Yes, blood. That's what we're talking about. And we're trying to speak about the gap of where we are as a colonized continent and where our colonizers are, and if indeed that gap has closed or not, and if it must close, what is it that we actually have to do to close this gap between blacks and whites, or let me say European, Caucasian, American rubbish, and African. This gap has to close. The gap is closing bit by bit, but there are systematic bombs and strategies that they are putting that stops us from catching up with them. And those things, most of the times, is us fighting each other. Africans fighting Africans is the number one problem why Africa is not moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? So feel free to on the comment section to communicate any other topic that you want us to talk about, a relevant topic. Don't ask me if I'm going to a gay pride or LGBTQ nonsense. No, those are one of the obstacles that these people are using to try to nullify the African family. Because remember, Africa was strictly had a strong bond in terms of the family structure, and these people have introduced this thing of um, gay LGBTQ nonsense into our continent, and South Africa is one of the biggest endorsers of that rubbish. And what are we saying? We're not saying people must not be gay, people must not be lesbian or whatever. We are saying those people must not get extra rights. Just having human rights should be enough. We don't give women extra rights. We don't give men extra rights. Why must we give LGBTQ people extra rights? What type of nonsense is that? So we don't want to fall into that trap as Africans. We love our African brothers and sisters, gay or not, but nobody is getting extra rights, and we are not introducing this curriculum of LGBTQ rubbish into our school. America itself has introduced this nonsense into their school they are pulling it back in other states. In other states, they are pulling it back. Remember, always when I speak about America, think about Africa. And when I say a state, think about a country. Because America, they call it the United States of America, the states are the 52 villages of Africa. So all the states of America has got one president, but all the 52 villages of Africa has got 54. So why am I saying 52? 54 presidents. That is the problem. The division is there. So America did not say this big land is a continent. They called it a country, and then they called what we call countries states. Why am I saying that? You'll find that in New York, which is a state, you might find that they've got more than 5 million people. 5 million people is bigger than Lesotho, is bigger than Botswana, is bigger than Namibia, is bigger than Swaziland. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So we were divided to think that we've got 54 countries. It's actually more, because other African countries are breaking into pieces. You've got South Sudan, North Sudan, Republic of Congo, the DRC, and all of that, Democratic Republic of Congo, and all of that. So we've got more countries, of which we could have said we've got more villages with chiefs on it, of which a chief will be the president of the state. But all 54 presidents of Africa should be voting for one African president. Anyway, let me just read the comments. How to participate on the school when we started. I want to answer you now. My queen is saying, Kolisa, I'm late. Load shedding problem. Load shedding problem. My goodness, my queen. Load shedding. I'm ready to enroll for the agri and livestock course in Paseta. Amen. Thank you so much. Paseta is a high school, by the way. Do you think that Africa can be a superpower in the 21st century, King? Iqiniso lelo mfethu ngiyabonga. Connecting from Namibia, King, keep up the teaching us. My brother, some of the presidents of Africa countries can even handle their own country. How is one guy going to handle the whole? Okay, let me see which question am I missing here. Okay, let me start from up to down. Now, my African people, listen to me. Sorry, when I'm reading, I'm putting my head in. Very soon, John, who's watching here, will be showing me how to have the laptop and everything, and I'll have a big screen, and I will be reading on the big screen without disturbing you guys. So what happens is that you know that the Berlin Conference in 1884 is the reason why Africa has got borders. and we have to repeat this every stupid live that we are doing, because there's new people and other people need to be reminded all the time, that the Berlin Conference in 1884 to 1885, and you can fact check me, these things I know them off by heart. I know the dates off by heart. I know the countries off by heart. I know the participants off by heart. So they are the people in 1884 November to 1885 February, who sat down in a 3-month conference and said, listen, we are now attacking this Africa. There is potential in Africa. We are no longer going to take slaves out of Africa and bring them to Europe. Europe is already becoming developed. We have built the infrastructures. We have done a lot of good things with these slaves that we have got. And I want to go to another topic, but let me try to stick with it before I go way back in time, when Africa used to rule Europe, and Africa used to rule Asia, and Africa used to rule America. But I'm going to get in the So after that conference, they decided, okay, let's cut Africa into pieces. Africa is big enough for us, all of us. Remember, Africa is big. You can fit Asia, Europe, and America into Africa. They don't tell you that. They make you think like Africa is small. It's not small, ladies and gentlemen. The map that you grew up watching in your school is pure rubbish. You understand what I'm saying? So we get to a point where after they draft their rubbish conference and they cut Africa down, they then came to Africa and gave us borders. They said the Italians can take that part, the Belgium can take that part. Unfortunately, we South Africans got the evil Dutch and the British people. They came down on the south, and the Portuguese take that part, and all. That's how they divided Africa. But then, with that development of the borders, they then saw that, Jesus, there is so many minerals. There is so many minerals that is in this country, that we don't need to take the slaves out, but all we need to do now is to use these slaves in this land and send the minerals to our countries. They started looting our countries properly now. They started looting our countries in terms of the diamonds, the oil, the gold, everything. After that, they developed a stronger dollar, a stronger currency, a stronger euro, and everything. After developing that stronger euro, they took our gold, telling us this gold is worthless. They mine it, they take it outside. And remember, don't think that we were not mining before they came. That's the perception that most people don't know. Africans were mining way before these stupid people came into our land. That's why when they came here, they found us with spears. They found our African kings wearing gold and having silver with them. How do you get silver? Do you understand? We were already scientifically advanced. You can look at the north. You can look at South Africa, the south. You can look at the west, everywhere. In fact, in South Africa is the first recorded calendar in Mpumalanga. The stone map that is in Mpumalanga is the oldest known. Why am I saying map? The stone calendar in Mpumalanga is the oldest map in the world. So that is what is happening. That is what happened there. So we got a place where they were now taking our minerals and making their currency stronger. But they could not finish the minerals. So they find themselves now Africa is now 60 years since its independence, Africa itself. Since they started giving their independence to Africa. Ghana being the first country in Africa to get independence. Let's give it up for Ghana. Let's give it up for Ghana. We need to educate ourselves, my African brothers and sisters, so that you guys can know. So Africa then changed from its name, its original name, Al-Kabulan. Al-Kabulan was the first name of Africa. That's the name that we're using here. The land of everyone, the land of the sun, the motherland. And then you get other people that say Africa was named Eden. Other people will say Africa was named Ethiopia. But there's so many names with Africa. But remember, everyone was welcome in Africa. That's why when the white people came to Africa and they said to our kings, can we share the land with you guys? Our king said, share the land. Land is vast here. You don't need to ask for land. Everywhere you go, the African king said, everywhere where they put their feet, it's their land, because they understood Africa as unity. Even if they find people in that land, they would live with the spirit of Ubuntu. Yes, there were tribal fights. Yes, there were those things. It's normal like any other family. There's no family that can claim that there was no fights in their family. So I want to, excuse me, I want to fast forward now to the time where the Europe started leaving Africa and going back, thinking that they have looted our country. And yes, I'm going to talk about that. Utam is saying, why do other African countries have got the US Army? It's not only the US Army, it's the French Army, it's so many countries that got their army bases in Africa. If you've been watching my channel, you know how much I speak about those things. Okay, the quality of the picture, the DA. I'll speak about the DA. Hold on, people, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let's fix the quality again. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for staying. Please alert me when the quality deteriorates. You know, I get too much excited when I speak about African issues and then forget myself when checking. So yes, after they've looted their country, they thought these Africans, these stupid monkeys, will never close the gap that we have opened. This is a 300 to 400 year gap. We have started ahead of them. We have built our New York. We have built our Paris. We have built our countries off the back of these African slaves and African minerals. Okay, so now they started giving us what we call fake independence. They started saying, Africans, you can have your independence back, but we are still going to somehow control your independence. We are still going to tell you how to operate your court systems. You need to have a court, but in the court system, you need to have the Roman Dutch law. You need to have the European laws. You need to have Africa. You cannot operate with African laws. You need to operate with our laws. This is how we remember. These are the same people when they came to Africa, they were praising Africa to say, listen, when they were writing back to the kings of their land, the king of Belgium, the king of England, the king of the Dutch, they said, listen, we are in a place where we don't understand this place. This place has got no prisons. This place has got no crimes. This place, the women are walking around naked. The men have got self-control. This place are living in harmony with each other. It's only when these stupid people came to our land, then rubbish started happening in our land. Okay, let me cut the long story short because I can talk the whole day. I know you guys, we need a colored president. Yeah, why not? I love the t-shirt. Yeah, man, the t-shirt is too dope, man. I'm telling you, it's hot in the studio because of the lights that I have, but the t-shirt, the black heart t-shirts, continue to watch my videos. I'm sure even on the last video you will see that the numbers of black heart and everything, you can get their numbers there. beautiful t-shirts. I won't lie to you. You won't regret it. Make sure that you check Black Heart. Remember the black, they write it BLAQ, Black Heart Clothing. If you search them on Instagram, on Facebook, you'll find them. Black with the BLAQ, Black Heart Clothing. So yes, so now we got to a point where where they thought we can never close the gap. But remember, if you put Africans on an even play field, Africa will always do better than any other country. So the divisions of our countries is the reason why we cannot compete with the US, all the states. We can compete with one state, but not all the states. We cannot compete with the European Union because the African Union is bullshit. We cannot compete with India because India has got 1.4 billion people. We cannot compete with China because China has got 1.34 billion. And Africa has got 1.5 billion. So Africa actually is supposed to be the size of India. Understand? So we need to see ourselves as one country. Now the person was asking if these presidents, they are so weak that they cannot control one country, how is one president going to control the entire African continent? It is very simple. The African, let's call it, there's 54 countries in Africa. More than that, I know, but 54 official ones before the breakaways. Those 54 countries, we just remove that word country and we say villages or states, African states. So those African states will have African leaders. We can call them the prime minister of that state, and they will still make some decisions concerning their state. But there will be, when Africa is faced with a challenge, whether that challenge is military or economical or the Africa needs to solve something in terms of a disease, medical or healthcare wise, Africa needs to unite in that case. Africa needs to use one currency. That one currency will be stronger than the British pound. It will be stronger than the US dollar because it is their rules that said our currency is backed by our gold reserves. But Africa has got more gold than what they have stolen from us. So our gold reserves will be stronger than them. So meaning our currency backed by our minerals will be stronger than their currency. According to their rules, you beat people on their rules, on their game. You understand what I'm saying? So that is the number one thing that we need to do. When Africa is threatened on a militant level, Africa needs to unite because America, which has got how many states, 30-something states or 50-something states, can attack Ghana. Ghana does not stand a chance against America. There is no way Ghana can fight America. Do you understand? Even if you give Ghana nuclear weapons, they don't stand a chance. Why? Because of the population count. But when you compare Africa versus America, they don't stand a chance. They don't have more military personnel than us. They might have more advanced technology and all that. But Africa will catch up eventually in terms of the robots, the drones, the advanced missiles, the advanced aircrafts. We will catch up, but only when we unite. Then when an African country is threatened on a military level, then Africa can retaliate to France, to China, to North Korea, to whoever, easily. But as long as Africa is divided, they can pick us apart single-handedly. Hence, that is why you see America getting about, if I'm not lying, 12 military camps in Africa. Why is it that a country that is not in Africa has got military presence in Africa? They are guarding their interest. They are saying to you, we don't trust you enough to be able to run your country peacefully. So we are going to make sure that we disturb you by placing our presence in your country so that we can intimidate you. Picture quality is starting again. You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? So we need to unite as Africans. We definitely need to unite. Hold on, don't go in. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for this up and down. It's really unprofessional, but we are going to fix this nonsense very soon. It's really it's frustrating me because it disturbs my focus on things that I'm saying. So Africa is slowly catching up to Europe, China, India, and America. They see that. That is why you see the BRICS. You see Russia trying to link up with Africa. You see India trying to link up with Africa. You see China trying to link up with Africa because they know the future is here in Africa. Otherwise, they would have not have bothered with you. Remember, they called you monkeys. They called you no good. They said you are useless people, but your land is not. They want your land. They need your land. China cannot survive without Africa because China is busy with the cobalt mines here in the DRC, mining the shit out of our ground because China is now moving to the battery industrial revolution where they want to use battery cars. Cell phones need better batteries. Laptops need better batteries. TVs need better batteries. Everything that you use, cars and trucks need better batteries. And only the DRC, Congo, can provide them with that minerals that they can change there. You understand? We are not even close to Europe. I'm not saying we are close, you stupid piece of shit. I'm saying Africa is catching up. I don't angazi labalungu bafunani la kule chat yami. Huh? What? And I think when I write my headings, I sometimes I write Africans only, sometimes I say Pan Africans only, but you still find the colonizers. They are here. The reason why white people are on this chat is because they need to monitor our progress so that they know what to counter. That is why we don't say everything that we are doing. We say some of the things. We say some of the things. And we only speak. That's why they say to an African person, only speak once things are done. Because once you are on a process, people can stop you. That's what we Africans think. You understand? But white people, I remember I told you on every chat that white people will never have any amount of pain in their heart for what their colonizers did to you. They will never, and you see when they say Europe is not a country. Europe is Europe is many countries. It's not a country, there's no country but the Europe. But Tina, as Africans, we are always dividing ourselves. So when they're talking about Europe, they're speaking about many countries. You understand? You understand? So yeah, they're moving to the Western Cape. They think the Western Cape is their country, these stupid people. DA is a waste of space. Hey, nothing makes my stomach turn like seeing black people voting for the DA. My goodness. Voting for John Steenhuisen, who only has a matric. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. You're leaving all those academics of the EFF and you're voting for a matric. Ah, man, you guys cannot be in Tanya. So yes, Africa, we need to close the gap. What is this piece of nonsense saying? Tino. Kuthini lokho? I don't know why I don't have people who can block people here. So yes, my people, we cannot be led by Intole any metric, and I don't think he even has that metric. We're just hearing because he doesn't post even that. He doesn't even post that metric. Doesn't even post that metric who John Stearns is and loyal. It's just a piece of nonsense that John Stearns is, a piece of rubbish. You understand? But anyway, let these haters not detract us from our initial conversation. So we as Africans, we need to make sure that we are closing the gap. We are slowly closing the gap from where our colonizers have placed us. Slowly but surely it's happening. They see it happening in terms of what is happening at Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They fear those people. And now what they need to do is make an example out of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Our beautiful captain, the youngest president in Africa right now, Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. They need to assassinate that man. They need to kill him. They need to make an example out of him. To tell you guys, they need to make an example out of him to say that you guys cannot stand by yourself. But he's proving everyone wrong, because in South Africa, there's that fear of taking land from white people. There's that fear of closing mines of white people. There's that fear of closing the agricultural sector of white people. Burkina Faso did it with no fear. With no fear. Niger did it with no fear. Hello, from Norway. My God, what are Norway people doing? Are you African from Norway? Are you African from Norway? Showing me the right colors, but are you African? The IEC will win the case against ANC because they did what the law required to register MK. Yes, we are hoping that the Mkhonto Caesar will win that case. We're hoping they will win that case because we don't want our country to go into a position where there's a fight over our president refusing other people to vote for whoever they want to vote for. And I'm saying, I'm one of those people that says we cannot have a situation where as Africans we are still voting people over the age of 80 to become president. I don't like that personally. I love Jacob Zuma as a political mind, and I always maintain that Jacob Zuma was the best president that South Africa has ever had for black people. For black people. Thabo Mbeki was the best president South Africa ever had for white people. For white people. But again, with these leaders, what I don't like, they don't transfer their knowledge, their spirit, their understanding, and their experience to other people. They don't transfer it. They don't transfer themselves. That's why I always ask, who is the next Julius Malema in the EFF? Even though the EFF, honestly, right now does not need a next Julius Malema, because Floyd Shibambu, Mwiseni Ndlozi, Umphile Mautwe, what you call Dalim Pofu, you can go on all Tambo. Like the EFF has got quality leaders, but each of those quality leaders need to produce another young person that can shadow them, so that when we know he is not there, when Julius is not there, who is the young man that is shadowing him? Or otherwise, it will get into a situation where Julius stays in power for a long, extended period of time. That is the reason why African countries don't progress, because there comes a time and an age where a person stops fighting and just continues to do administrative work. Their presidents, they are just running an administrative office, and they are no longer fighting for pan-Africanism, freeing the African people from the colonizers, if you understand what I'm saying. Babu, thank you so much. I love how real you are, King. MK must be on the ballot. Viva EFF. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is there a chance we will have a high turnover of president because of national coalition? This nonsense of national coalition, and we don't have um, we don't have a chance. I think we are going to get a coalition government. I just wish it's between the EFF. Well, let me just say it straight. I wish Julius Malema becomes a president, because I want to give him a chance while he's still young. Even if Jacob Zuma becomes his deputy president, or Jacob Zuma is in his cabinet, I think Jacob Zuma and Julius Malema are going to work perfectly together. I want one of those guys in those seats. I want one of the two. With Jacob Zuma, my concern is the man is old. That is my only concern. But his mind and his heart is at the right place for Africans. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I want. So I don't want a coalition government with the ANC and another party. I don't want to see Cyril Ramaphosa anymore. I'm sick and tired of that sellout. I don't want him anymore. He's killing our country. You understand? Racism will continue. Your mindset, your view are limited, and how, yes, yeah, it's racism when it's done by black people, but when it's done by white people, it is right. So we don't fear that rubbish. You understand? We are not apologetic of being pan-Africanist. We are not apologetic, and you don't hear us saying attack white people, do this to white people. No, 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 no. The only thing we are saying is do unto them what they did unto you. And white people don't want to hear that. It puts fear in their heart, because they know what they did to us. They know what they did to us. And we are not one of those forgiving types. No, 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 no. If you want forgiving types, you can go and search for them in the DA, or search for them in other parties. Not here. I'm not playing that game. I'm not a political. I'm not a politician. I'm a pan-Africanist. Anything I do and say is to support a black agenda. Nothing else. I don't care about the white agenda. I'm not concerned about the white agenda. White people will continue doing what they are doing. But as a pan-Africanist, I am pushing the black agenda. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? And when pan-Africanists are in power, ziyakhala manje. Ziyakhala manje. They won't enjoy it. It will never be business as usual when true pan-Africanists are in power. Not these wishy-washy politicians that we have now, that have got no political will to change the historical injustices that happened to our people. Us, we will never forgive. Camera, no man, we suffered for too long. What are you saying? Cameroon back. I was born after 1994 exactly. What did I do? Me exactly. Cameron back. You little ignorant piece of nonsense. I don't know. Guys, I don't know what white people are doing on my channel. Angazi. So we explain to them each and every time that your ancestors, and I'm getting to you because you said me exactly. Your ancestors has killed, raped, displaced, changed our people's names, disowned, and then changed our spirituality, stole our traditions, stole our spirituality and everything to gain an advantage in our country. So that being born black, you are born a crime, you are born poor. And being born white, you are born privileged, you are born white as snow. So no matter if the child is born in 2030, If that child is white, they are born with an advantage. If a child is born black, probably in a public hospital, is born at a disadvantage already. That is what you did. Just for being white alone, without even opening your mouth, you already a crime. You're already a crime in the eyes of Pan-Africanists. Because when your people were in power, being born black, we were already a crime. You understand what I'm saying? So white people don't get that analogy. Where you stay, how you live is because of the history of your people. Where we stay, how we live is because of the history of our people. And our history was disturbed by your people's history. I'm not going to be talking a lot about that nonsense. I've said enough. Yeah, if South Africa drops a Zim 2.0, it's fine. We don't fear that. We as Africans don't fear that. We as Pan-Africanists don't fear that. In fact, we think we will do much better than Zimbabwe. Even Zimbabwe, 2 weeks ago, the sanctions were lifted from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe will start being great again because Zimbabwe is an iron platinum mega powerhouse. So Zimbabwe will definitely rise again. They tried, these American criminals, to put sanctions on Zimbabwe and try to kill that country. They failed. They failed. Zimbabweans are going to rise, and Africa is going to assist Zimbabwe from rising. If we get a 2.0, so what? So what? So what? By 2.0, if you mean that South Africa is going to start from the ground again, it's fine, as long as we start without our colonizers. Why don't our colonizers start at 2.0 by going back home? What is it that you fear so much with going back home? Huh? Why is it that when you discriminate and become racial to our African brothers and sisters in Europe, in America, in China, you tell them to go back home, but we can't tell you to go back home? Huh? We can't tell you to go back home. You busy killing our African brothers in America with their hands up. You shooting them on their back. You shooting children. You putting your knees on the necks of our African brothers and sisters. You think we will forgive that nonsense? You think we will forgive that nonsense because you gave the Bible and the Bible says we must forgive? You think we are stupid? You think we don't know that this Bible comes from Africa? You think we don't know that you edited it? You think we don't know who King James is? You think we are stupid fools? You want to kill us each and every day. You want to do as you please each and every day. But you want us not to tell you to go back home while you are killing our brothers and sisters in Italy when they are crossing the sea for better life. You kill them. You lock them in cells like dogs. You kill them. And you want us to forgive. A different generation is rising up. A different generation is rising up in Africa. A generation that is no longer going to tolerate the rubbish of racism. A generation that is no longer going to mind to die. A generation that does not fear to put their lives on the line. You guys have been breeding a wrong generation. We are waking up. It's not only me. There's many other African brothers and sisters who are watching here. Many other African brothers and sisters who are in different parts of Africa and different parts of the world who are planning the ultimate revolution of bringing Africa back to its greatness again. Africa will come to its greatness. There will come a time where white people are forced to learn our language like we are forced to speak English. There will come that time where they will be begging Africa to make trades with Africa. There will come that time where they will be kissing us on our feet to asking for minerals from Africa because their countries will suffer. Just like France is suffering without the uranium of Niger. There is coming a time. You guys can laugh at us and call us monkeys. You can do whatever you want. But there's coming a time. It might not be in our lifetime, but there is coming a time. It might be your children, it might be your children's children, but those ones, they will finally bow down and say, Africa is great again. That time is coming. It can be a joke today. It can be a joke. But if you are waking up as white people, you will be strategizing right now because the time is coming where Africa will be great again. I'm telling you right now. Greetings, King from Malawi. Issa, thank you so much. Always here on the comment section. Yeah, he understands is what colonialism to build our own. Yeah, we've got of course everything that we want here. You must remember, my African brothers and sisters, get used to white people having anger on us, especially us Africans that are waking up. Get used to it. Let it be a normal thing that they are not happy with an African man, African woman that is conscious about their self and their surroundings. Comrade, wrong channel. We don't play over here. Pan-African food. They don't know. Don't worry. I don't listen, blood. Don't send the negative energy back to them. They don't even deserve that much. Like I said, we stay on our line. We continue with Pan-Africanism. That's it. That's it. This Pan-Africanism line that we are towing, it will irritate the shit out of them. They won't sleep. They can swear at your mother. They can do what. Listen, they can even kill us. It's fine. But yeah, they must not know that will not be easy. Killing us will not be easy, because we are not like our ancestors. We fight back. But anyway, they can do whatever they want to say. They can say whatever they want to say on the comment section. We don't. When I go on YouTube and I find a white boy, a white man, white girl speaking about white issues, I don't tune in. I just swipe and I pass. But when they come to our channels and they see us speaking about Pan-Africanism, they know, these black people are waking up because they know the lie they told. Because even the history books they gave us, we don't believe them anymore. We are scrutinizing the history book and say, how can we trust the history that is written by our colonizers? This can't be true. This can't be true. Then we know in our families, because African stories were transferred orally and sometimes written, sometimes put on art, sometimes put on cages, sometimes put with drawings and all that. We know our stories as Africans. We are not going to believe these people saying that Africa had nothing when they came here. We know we were mining before that. We know we understood science before that. We know we understood the calendar before that. We know we understood religion before that, before they came. But slowly and surely, I'm telling you, they are scared, man. They are scared. They are scared. What? I did not block this one. These people that don't deserve to be on our chats, so we have to. You understand, my African brother? So don't worry about them. Every live that I do is full of white people checking me out, trying to see what is it that we Africans are busy with. That's what they do. Listen to these stupid people. I'm sorry, guys. I lost track of time of the conversations and all that. So, but the main thing is that we Africans, we are slowly catching up to these fools, and they see it. They see it. That's why America has got camps here in Africa. That's why you see France going crazy about Africa. That's why you see Russia always assisting African countries, always wanting to be in business and in good partnership with Africa. That's why Russia does not send its armies to Africa. That's why Russia has never colonized a single African country. That's why China has never colonized a single African country. Those are the people that we can work with. The Chinese, the Russians, and the Indians, they never colonized us. Those are the people that we can work with. Don't tell me about the Dutch and the British and all that rubbish. There's another one. He says, if whites are born privileged, why was I born poor and white? I don't mean to argue, just want to understand. Okay. We will answer all the questions as long as they come in a respective tone. And with answering that question, I'll tell you, you guys are wasting my time. I'm here to speak about Pan-Africanism, not to answer your stupid white questions and whatever. If you don't want to understand Pan-Africanism, if you don't understand why we struggle as black people and all of that, you can go to hell, I don't care. So a black child, a black poor child and a white poor child, you take those two children, you take them to a hospital, both of them poor. I'm telling you, both of those children will get different treatment from the nurses and the doctors. You take those two children, a black poor person, you take them to a home affairs where there's white people working and black people working. The white person gets a different service from a black child. Why? We call it the complexion of protection. White people are treated differently because of their skin color. If you can remember carefully, there was a white guy that was shot in the head in he was I don't know what this white guy was doing in a flat somewhere, harassing his wife, and police came in, and that white man managed to disarm one of the police and shoot them, and then the other policeman shoot him on his face, and he still survived. I'm sure he's crippled somewhere. White privilege means that because of your skin color, you get treated better as a human being. That's what white privilege means. It does not mean that you are rich. You can be poor as much as you want. When I get into an airport, even as a rich white black man, dressed in a suit, and you go in there as a poor white man, they treat you different at the airport than me. I get treated like a criminal, you get a pass. Everywhere in the world, if I climb an airplane right now and go to America as a black man, and you climb an airplane as a poor white man, when we get to the airport in America, you will get treated differently because of the complexion of protection. White people treat white people differently. Black people treat white people differently. Black people discriminate against black people because in the past we were rewarded for that. When you were a black person and you would snitch, white people would reward you by buying you a house, giving you a better job, because you were snitching. So black people turn against each other. Bonginkosi Kanyile says it well, that there's two different types of slave masters. There's a slave master that stays in the slave master's house, and this slave master feels like he's part of the family, even though he gets the leftovers of the food. The slave master in the field looks at the slave master in the house as a sellout. The slave master in the house look at the slave master in the field as a low class. So when the house of the master burns, the slave that works in the field will never help the master to put off that fire. But the slave in the house, the educated black people, will try to protect white monopoly and white privilege by all means. I'm done speaking about that rubbish. I feel like I spent too much time on that. Now, I'm not saying white people hate me. Why would white people hate me? White people don't know me. So they hate black people rising up again. And white people don't really hate us. They fear us. The reason they fear us because they are scared that black people will want revenge. That is their biggest fear. At the bottom of every hate of a white person is the fear of revenge. They fear that black people will want to kick them out of the land. Black people will want to hang them like they hang them. Black people will want to rape them like they rape them. White black people would change their language like they change their language. And you understand? So that is what is happening. And Lady Zuma has unfinished business. He may be old, but he's currently the only man who can stop the DA from taking away the Western Cape. If Cyril comes to power, he will die of hunger if we are not killed by crime. Now, lady for sure, girl. For sure, girl. Now, lady is always also here. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Listen, I don't bite my tongue when I say Jacob Zuma is the best politician in South Africa, better than Julius Malema. My problem with Jacob Zuma is that he's old. And like Naledi says, other people don't mind. They are just Jacob Zuma has unfinished business, and I share the same sentiments that Jacob Zuma really has got unfinished business, and he really needs to take care of that business and make sure that he follows up on the promises that he gave the people. And Jacob Zuma is the only person that the DA hates by passion. They don't even hate Malema the way they hate Jacob Zuma. Why? I'm telling you, if Jacob Zuma gets into power, white people will go at their own accord. We will not need to chase them away. They will just pack their bags peacefully, buy a plane ticket and go to Australia. All of them. No white person is going to tolerate Jacob Zuma being a president again, of which will be so much nice to see. As long as land issue is delayed, there is no great surprise coming from those who think they are the masters of South African faith. No land, no plan, no nothing. Keep on shaking this pigskin. 24/7. 24/7. With me. You can bet your last dollar. Your last, you can bet I will never flip flop. And I always say it does not come from the place of anger. There is no anger. You look at my face, you can see there is no anger. It's just pure Pan-Africanism. I'm pro-black people. I don't care. That's why I don't take political sides. Even though you guys know I love my Julius Malema, I love my EFF, I love my Vuyo Zungula, my ATM. I love Jacob Zuma. I believe he's the best president South Africa has ever had, and all of that. But I'm black first before anything else. I put Pan-Africanism, being black, before a religion. That's how much I value Africans. That's how much I value my people. So with me, these pigs, Zakala manje. Zakala. So, oh my God, icon, the comment section is going crazy, guys. The comment section. Yo, today we're going to sleep late. When am I guys, don't write any more comments. When am I going to finish reading all of these comments? Alemo says, what is your movement's plan for South Africa? I'm not having a movement. I'm pushing Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is a way of life. Okay. You had gold mines and economy before the Dutch came. Yes, before those evil people came here, we had everything. And you don't have to believe me. You can just Google them. Where do you think they found the diamonds in Kimberley? They found them with the people. They asked them, where did you get this precious stone? Our people showed them where they can get that precious stone. And they started killing our people. So let me see. South Africa, I'm a South African and I'm all for our country, but hell, with these parties, don't trust anyone. It's difficult. I hear you. It's difficult to trust any party. Any party. Any party in South Africa. It's very difficult to trust any party. I'll never forget. I will never forget. Blood when busy entertain a little delays. I am a patriotic South African, but if you want to be a Pan-African, why go live in Zimbabwe or somewhere else? And then, okay, it looks like the comment section is full of just stupid white people thinking, Guti, we must now forget about the history. And you guys will check on the comment section. White people are so arrogant in their approach in our conversation about what happened to our people. They don't care. They don't care about black children getting shot and killed in 1973, 76, because they were tired of learning in Afrikaans. They don't care about those things. Their job is to just say, I was not there. I was not there. We were also not there. But we care. We care. So you're telling me if my brother rapes your brother 10 years ago, rapes your sister, my brother will never rape your brother. My brother rapes your sister or your mother 10 years ago, he would not care about it 10 years later. It will not hurt you 20 years later. In your heart, you will not have some bitterness 50 years later when you hear that your mother was raped and killed. Will it not bother you? Stop being stupid and remember that white guys that challenge subs like they were little boys. I was surprised that it took the cops so long to shoot him. Yeah. Josie's remembering that white boy. You remember that white boy? If I was a policeman, I would be trigger happy on that gun. Woo! I'm telling you, you do nonsense, you wake up in the graveyard. Sleepy claim, who are you to tell to go to Zimbabwe? We will stay in South Africa and do what we want to help our people. Our people always talk about Zimbabwe. That's why our brothers and so much. Tell them, Johnny. Stubborn people who don't have conscience just the wipers and hide behind the name of God while their actions are far from Him. That's my brother. You people are throwing fire on the comment section. You are throwing fire on the King. What does Eka say? King, you said only Pan-Africanists, but you only respond to those negative non-Pan-Africanists. My apologies, my apologies. Sometimes, listen, I always say, the snake always shows us its true self. So sometimes I'm reading the comments because sometimes I don't know the person who's commenting. I read, then I find out after reading that I just read a rubbish comment, and I try to block it after that. But my apologies for that. Only Pan-Africanist, that's what we're trying to do. Every day my live streams are disturbed by these losers. MK is staying on the ballot, of course. Noah saying MK is staying. Bro, I think the same thing. He's giving this racist too much time. My apologies, blood. My apologies. My apologies, Pan-Africanist. I'll try to look at who wrote the comment before reading it, because I am wasting my time with this nonsense. These Europeans can't read the title. All they know is invading people's space. Mabo, every time. And I don't want to be like racist on my comments, on my title, to say black only and whatever, but I think I'm going to end up doing that, because that's they keep, every time I will get 200 people, and I'll only be actually speaking to 5 people or 20 people, and the rest is just them. You can see it on the likes. When you see where a Pan-Africanist will come in here and like the chat, but other people are just watching like this, looking at I'm logged in, rapping as we speak, having Excel cracking out. I said hi and dark man today, too blessed. Okay, when I see this one, I'm not even going to read. You'll excuse me because it's got a white stupid thing here. Sandra said, good evening, my king. Blessed morning, good blessed evening. I love the growth. The road of the 20K is coming, king. Thank you so much. Sandra gets the black snake moon. Where in Mzansi are you? People who follow me all the time know where I am. And you don't even know who's asking this question. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to go through the comment section as I'm trying to. What is your position on racism? Pan-Africanism is the only way. Sandra, Lord, what are you talking about? Equal when whites and South Africa are all in the resources. Babu. Bye, my brother. Okay, so I guess I have to block this stupid nonsense here. Sandra, I request an email for sponsorship for the schools. You send, okay, I'm going to send my email now for you, my queen. Don't you have my email? And I might not sending you the t-shirt of the school. I must be sending you a t-shirt of the school. So take my email, send it to me. Just tell me that you're Sandra from Doinle. These comments. Okay. Hating yourself on. Okay. So yes, that's it, my African brothers and sisters. So we need to work on closing the gap, and we need to be strategic wherever. And we've got people from Ghana watching here, Malawi watching here, Namibia watching here, got people from Lesotho tuning in. And I'm telling you guys, Be specific in the politicians. That if a politician is not speaking about Pan-Africanism, do not vote for that piece of shit. Vote for people who want to see Africa united one day. That Africa united can that Africa United can please control your emotions on the on the on the comment section. You live in LA, my queen. You don't experience Pumzile. You don't experience racism in LA, my queen. Thank you. Yeah, send me. Let me send you a T-shirt. I don't know why you're not on my list for the people who's going to get a T-shirt. You must get a Paseta T-shirt. You deserve one. So make sure that every African, every movement, every community, whatever you are following, it talks about giving Africans an advantage. That is what we are doing as Africans. We're just following and supporting things that that empowers us. The Jews support Jews business. The Indians support Indian business. The Chinese support Chinese business. The whites support white business. The black support everyone. The blacks support everyone. That is the problem. The blacks are not discriminating with their money. Can't wait to see Paseta on the map. It's gonna be. Thank you so much. It's gonna be. It's taking time. And I wish I had the money to just make Paseta open officially on the 1st of January next year. But I know God will give us the strength and the wisdom that we need to open our school. So I'm saying to you, be young man. I'm getting paid today on the 15th. It's not yet the 15th. Excuse me. The money, when it comes, it goes to a white bank. It goes to a white dealership, car dealership. It goes to, the money gets finished on white people's companies only. You understand what I'm saying? Here comes another one of a Rainbow Nation. Rainbow Nation. Why are we not a Rainbow Nation? I'm not open for a conversation. I speak to Pan-Africanists only, and my Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters, they are saying I'm giving too much attention to people that are not even members of the channel. And our issue is to make sure that we we advocate for Pan-Africanism. We are not opening a debate channel to speak with white people. We don't want to speak to Chinese people. We don't want to speak to Italian Caucasian people. We are not for that. There are channels for those things and those views, and those people can have their own conversation there. All we are asking is allow us to have our own views, respect us to have our own channels, and respect us to speak our truth. You're talking about Pan-Africanist agenda here. You are not welcome to conversate. Yeah, we are not, because the conversation is with white people is always, I did not kill your grandparents, so why do you hate me? We are a Rainbow Nation. Why were we not a Rainbow Nation when you guys were in government? Why was Africans not welcome to participate in the economic activities of South Africa when the Dutch people were in power? Why were Africans not allowed to go to stadiums why were Africans not allowed to go to hospitals that white people go to when white people were in control? You understand what I'm saying? So why is it when we have power, then we have to discuss the inclusion of everyone? That is stupid. That is stupid. Understand this? We don't want our own Orania. We want to close Orania and kick it out. That's what we want to do. No one is going to have a piece of land in Africa and say the Africans are not welcome. So we're not going to play that game. We love Russia. We love Russia because Russia has not colonized a single country in Africa. Even though Russia is not African, we can have a working relationship with Russia. They have not colonized or killed any Africans like the Europeans did, like the Americans did. They have not done that. Russians are not evil. That's why we're supporting them to attack Ukraine. We're supporting them 100%. Russia must do whatever they want. If Russia needs us to send some soldiers to help them attack, what are they taking again? That small country they are taking. And I was an African president. I would assist militarily. I'll send my military, my soldiers to go and assist Russia because Russia is assisting Africa. But in the assistance of Africa, I want African president to be careful that Russia must not have too much power on Africa. What do I mean by that? Russia must not be able to summon the whole African continent to Africa. For example, that Russia and African summit, it should not be. Russia is one country, so it should not be able to call 54 states, heads of states to their country. That we must be careful with because, again, we must always know that that skin color always thinks that they are better than us. But Russia, in terms of them colonizing Africa, them working with Africa, they are better than the Americans and the Europeans. They are much better. They are much better. It's like the Chinese. They are a better devil. The Chinese are looting our continent from its minerals, but they are not sending the army. They are not killing anyone in masses. They are not attacking any country. They are just corrupting president and taking our minerals on the back door. So it's people that we can work with. We don't have time for Ntwenye. Yeah, and eye to eye makes the whole world blind because we are the ones who are supposed to take the eye now. When you guys were taking the eye, it was all fine. But when we're supposed to take an eye, then it makes everyone blind. Then let us live in a blind world. That's fine. Let us live in a blind world. 100%, let's live in a blind world. But you are not going to keep your eye while you took my eye out. No. I'm not one of those fools. You're not going to take my eye out, and when I come for your eye, you say, but if you take my eye, everyone is going to be blind in the world. We're going to live in the blind world. That is what Pan-Africanism means. We protect our own by all means. You understand what I'm saying? Sandra, everyone, please research the nuclear report, which is led by Zondo Commission. King, can you talk about this report? Let me write it down, my queen. I will research that. I don't know that, but anything that is done by Zondo, I know is pure rubbish. Bro, tell us what is African achieves. The blood is saying, I'm a real African man worried about the country I was born in. Of course you are, my blood. You are. This one, I have not blocked this one. I was 90% sure, but recently I saw a Nigerian shitting on an African, on a Russian, saying that they are all the same. That's why I asked. Personally, I think only Russia can save Africa. No. Only Africa can save Africa. Why do you say only Russia can save Africa? Why is it that people think that Africa needs saving? Saved from what? Huh? Oh, you can only save the weak. You can only save the hopeless. We are not the weak. We are not the hopeless. We know what we are doing as Africans. We don't. That's why I said, be careful of Russia. Be careful of China. Work with them because they have not colonized you, but they are bringing a new colonization that they are doing right now. It's a new form of colonization that is a little bit subtle and not aggressive like the Americans and Europeans. There's no one that is going to uh, what you call um, that is going to save us from anything here. Mapena, the Russian fought with the Bulls against the British in the Second Freedom War. Nyabuza Mapena, save from yourself. It's not as Zondo, it's Dr. Andres Mbeki covered some of the report on the United Relations Conference. Shocking investigation. That report that talks about the three stages of South Africa. If the report is Andres, I saw that report. If the report is not coming from your people, why are you believing it? And why does this report start with the first phrase that starts from 1994 and ends in 2009? And just when Jacob Zuma takes power, and then it starts to say the second phase of the ANC went down. I did not read the report, but I heard him speak about the report. And that report is to put Nelson Mandela and Thabo Mbeki in a good light, that they took South Africa forward, and Jacob Zuma and Cyril Ramaphosa, they put in Cyril Ramaphosa and Jacob Zuma in one bracket to say they are in the second phase now, and they are killing South Africa, which is not true. When we say South Africa it's improving, we must explain who is it improving for. Is it improving for Africans or for white monopoly capitalists? The truth is, every time South Africa was improving, it was improving for white monopoly capitalists. Remember, the cost of data, the cost of food, the cost of transportation, the cost of fuel is not the true reflection of our currency. Why? Because the banks are manipulating our currency with the help of the Reserve Bank. So whatever we are paying today is not the true reflection of how much things cost. So that is what must anger us, not a report from Dr. Andres. Who is this Dr. Andres? Huh? Why do we come out and say, wow, Dr. Andres has written a report, he has said 1, 2, and 3, he has talked, and we are so shocked and so surprised and sometimes so receiving of these reports that speak down to our African country. You understand? And then it praises, if you praise Nelson Mandela and Thabo Mbeki, I've got a problem with you as an African person. As an African person, you can't tell me that life improved under those two presidents. You can't. You can't. Yes, the economy was doing well. Yes, the cost of living was low, but the lives of black people never changed under those two presidents. And we love Tate Mandela so much. We are, when we speak about Mandela, we have a tone of respect because he is no longer here to defend himself. Number one, number two. He got us across the line of democracy. So we can't speak completely bad about him. But with Thabo Mbeki, don't tell me about that one. Why do we need saving from another country? Why can't we save ourselves? Yes, that's what I'm saying. The report gives a good facts on current state, and we must save ourselves. Time is for us to wake up and no more outs, comrades. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, my queen. one thing for sure, and that is the Russian and the Chinese don't have history of colonization in any country. That's one thing for sure. That's why we are doing DA allowed. Uh, this is the current king. Okay. South Africa. Okay. Exactly, King. This outside influence is killing us. I worked for Mandela, so first hand truth. I will email you. Email me, my queen. Email me, my queen. I was going to go buy oxtail from the local African owned business, but nah, not now. Yeah, don't go buy. If you don't want to support the African business, then don't go buy. Okay. Someone is assisting me on blocking these people. Thank you so much. You're making my job easier. So, in conclusion, Africans, we've been speaking for 2 hours. My Pan-African brothers and sisters, I still have to make one video for you guys that you asked for. So Julius Malema was speaking somewhere. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, but I need to do the Bonginkosi Kanyile video now before I sleep. It's late now. So in conclusion, I want to say, my African brothers, they can see us coming. They can see that Africans are waking up slowly but surely. They can see that Africans do not believe the lies they gave us anymore. They can see that we are viewing the Bible differently. We can see how it can be used as a tool to colonize the mind, and we can see the advantage it has spiritually. We are waking up as Africans. So we are taking things that benefit us and blocking things that don't benefit us. We don't care about white people who are ignorant, thinking that Africa will not wake up again. We don't care about those people. All we are doing is to say, Africans, let's do the little that we can do so that the next generation can grow up in a better African, in a better Africa that is awoke and conscious of itself. What do we mean by that? We mean we must break away from every teaching that our colonizers have given us. The first teachings that we must break out is the currency. We must eliminate the currencies of different countries. The second teachings that they gave us is their language, their history. We must break away from learning about Shakespeare and all the rubbish that he stole from a black woman. Shakespeare never wrote any book. A black woman wrote. You can Google this, eh? I'm not hating on anyone's literature. A black woman wrote the Shakespeare books that he stole from. We must learn to we must wake up to the fact that Africa must speak an African language. We must get sick and tired of speaking this rubbish British language and keep on praising the British family in their absence in our country. We must vote for politicians that speak about those type of things. We must vote for politicians that speak about Africa having one army. It's very important for Africa to have one army. When civil war breaks out and America is attacking Africa, Africa must be able to unite and be able to have a strong military base that can fight America. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to make sure that we as Africans love each other, number one. We're supporting each other. As you guys are supporting me, I'm supporting other channels. You know how I am with other channels. And when you see an African brother, we've got African brothers that are coconuts, brown outside, white inside in other channels. Do not lose hope for them. They will slowly wake up. The white people that are favoring them now will turn against them, because white people are loyal to white people and to white agendas. You will never see them supporting you unconditionally. It does not happen with white people. It does not happen. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to unite and we need to love each other. And I want you guys to walk in the street with that consciousness in mind to say, what am I doing as an individual to support intentionally another black person, another colored person, another Indian person, another person who is not Caucasian? What am I doing to support those? For me, I started, of course, a long time ago. I don't buy veggies from Pick and Pay, whatever. I buy veggies in the streets from my people. I try by all means to buy from black businesses as much as I can. There's other sectors where black people can't compete. You know, sometimes competing with supermarket when it comes to the quality of food and all of those things, you find that black people have not yet broke into those markets. But every market where you can and try to um, to 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 support black businesses. Make sure that you support businesses. These glasses, I bought them. Someone said, why are you wearing more glasses made by white people? This was made by a black company that I supported here in Kimberley. A black owner owns the whole shop and everything and does the frames and everything. I was so happy with the quality. I bought the quality. So it is small things like that that will make a difference in the coming years. So our children will see us intentionally supporting black people. There's so many Pakistani shops in our hood and everything. If there is a black shop around the corner, excuse me, make sure that you take that extra walk to the black shop. Understand? Do not try to close shops by being discriminative and racism and all of that nonsense like white people did to us. Just take that extra mile, walk to the black shop, support the black shop, and tell them, listen, I'm supporting you and I'm not supporting those Somalis there or those whatever there, those Pakistani shops. I'm supporting you. Please continue with the good job that you leave a word of encouragement. It's not easy to run a business. You understand what I'm saying? When I started advertising Black Heart on my channel, a few people bought the t-shirt. And Black Heart said, King, I'm very impressed because the people that bought the t-shirts are not even asking for a discount. Usually black people ask for a discount. And I tell you guys to ask for a discount because we're asking for a discount everywhere. But it's important to show intentional support to black business. It's very important, you know. And when we come to Paseta and our school, in terms of what we are teaching, we're going to teach our children how to save money. We're going to teach our children where to spend money and why they spend money. It's going to be very important because other nations, Chinese and white people and all, they're already teaching their children financial literature. Our children don't know. You give them money, they want to run and go buy sweets and everything. So it is important that we become intentional in what we are doing. And some of you, I have told you millions of times, I've already given up on you, but I am saying you still have a seed that you can plant for the coming generation. Plant that seed. Do not die with that seed. Make sure that you put that seed in the ground and make sure that you support black businesses, black movements, and black presidents that speak about black unity. Not this ANC government that we have. Not this ANC. King, I agree with you. In time well as stand together, Mike African great. Amen. Indeed, you are working with the Holy Spirit for this message from God. Of course. I told guys, when you are given an assignment spiritually, you cannot help but run with it. Because I don't have it's not my I never woke up and decided that I want to. This thing is just planted and engraved in me. Pan-Africanism is engraved in me. And I will always support and be intentional about protecting my African people. That is what white people are doing for their people. That is what Chinese are doing for their people. We as Africans must do it for our people. Don't cry about Palestine. What are you crying about Palestine for? When there are more people getting killed in Congo, you don't cry. The Congo war get reported as by the way thing. The Sudan war gets reported as a by the way thing. But you Africans are the ones that are taking Israel to court. For what? Is there Africans that are suffering in Palestine? We need to be patriotic towards Africa. So um, and I want us to just focus on leave other people alone. Don't focus on what other people are doing. Just focus on what we are doing. Stay in our lane, and let's make sure we show love to one another. I am white and my nation is no. If you if you start a sentence by saying I am white, I'm not reading the rest of the sentence, because I'm here for Africans. The heading says only Pan-Africanists are allowed here. You are not a Pan-African. What are you doing on the comment section? You are wasting our time. We don't bother you on the comment section. You don't see us going there and bothering you. You'll never see me speak anything. I don't care about what white people are doing and what they are busy with. I am just here for Pan-Africanism. That's all. Why is that bothering you? What do you want here? You're shifting our focus from what we are speaking about here, telling us I am white, I am green, I'm yellow, I'm pink. We don't care about those things. We are here for Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is what we are pushing here. So I want to say thanks to everyone, guys. The battery of my phone is also low. It's been 2 hours recording. The quality of the video is not bad as I'm looking at it. And guys, I cannot thank you enough for supporting my channel, guys. Almost 20,000 people subscribe to the channel. We are like 500 away now. I'm really grateful. May God bless you. May God enlarge your territory. May you never lack those who support the channel financially and all of that. And those who are going to support Paseta, the school that we are trying to build for African children. For African children. And we are hoping that this flu that we have of Pan-Africanism will pass and infect other Africans, and many other people will do that. Someone will build maybe a hospital for African people, a library for African people that gives knowledge about Pan-Africanism and everything, and that does not stock stupid books in that library. You understand? Phumzile angikukhumbuli sithandwa, angikukhumbuli wena. Do you still I'm out of data tonight. I'm sorry so much. You have to use Wi-Fi, uncapped Wi-Fi. Just remind me quickly. LA. In LA. Just remind me quickly, my queen. And tell me, when are you coming back home to see us this side? I'm going to forever, Pale. How? So yes, that's how I want to close my chat, as I'm still waiting for Phumzile to remind me quickly. It's not like me to forget someone in this chat, so I remember almost everyone, because I told you guys every time I pray, because some of you, I know you by name, I pray for you by name, that God might assist you in the things that you are doing. May you develop in the things that you are doing. Some of you are studying abroad. Some of you are working abroad. Some of you, you are just trying to chase life. Some of you are unemployed. Some of you are starting businesses. Some of you have emailed me as a king, I need money for 1, 2, 3. I've assisted those who I can assist, and those who I can't assist, I can't assist, And someone suggested to me, said, King, why don't you start a help fund pocket bank so that we can fund other people? And I will do that in the future. We don't want to cloud our people with too many things. You understand? The main focus of this channel is Paseta. If we can build the school, and if we can somehow infiltrate our coming generation and make sure that the next generation knows what we are doing, and put them in a better position to fight economically, technologically, and agriculturally, we know that we have done something in this world, because our coming generation, our children, will ask us, what did we do? And you will find that we are a generation of complainers. We are always complaining about left. We are always complaining about white. Look what people did to us. Look whatever. But when they ask us, what did you do? Then we don't know how to answer. We cannot be a complaining generation. We must be a generation that stood up and did something. And that something is Pan-Africanism. And in Pan-Africanism, we will make sure that those who colonize us are not comfortable living with us. We will make sure. We will make sure. Our colonizers will never, ever, ever, um, excuse me, be comfortable in our country. It will not be business as usual for them anymore. So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If I can get 3 people to release me on the comment section, Pindil, Pumzile, angitshele ukuthi izikhiphani ukuthi do you remember me, Pumzile, uthini kanti uthini khuluma sizwe ukuthi senzani. So yes, I thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If I can get 3 people to say good night, King, and then I will do a video for you guys that you will get 7 o'clock. Tomorrow is a very exciting day for me. My youngest child is going to compete in sport. She's only 3 years old, turning 4 this year. So she's competing for the first time in athletics. So I'm very excited about that, because some of the things that my children are doing in my presence, I never got to do in my father's presence. My father passed away when I was young, but even though when he was still alive, because of his work, he was working in Johannesburg, leaving Mpumalanga, going to work in Johannesburg. I never got to see my father a lot, because Monday to Friday he was not at home. Friday when he came back Friday night. He will then go to his tavern. He owned a bottle store, so he will run the bottle store from Friday until Sunday, and Monday morning he will leave again to Joburg. So that's the type of relationship I had with my father, because people don't know when they're going to die. So unfortunately, he got into a car accident and then he passed away. And I promised myself that as long as I'm alive, I'm going to try to be there to create memories with my children. So yes, I got 3 good nights. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you so much, Blood. Yes, Jayami. My queen is also here. Uqoliso from Eastern Cape is a good night, King. Sleep well. So thank you so much. I got 3 good nights. That's all I need for tonight. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for spending your time and your data on me and everything. But I hope you guys got a little bit of something, even though I did not cover everything that I had on my notes. I have notes when I come here, but I'll make sure that next time I stick to the notes. Really, the conversation led me somewhere. Steve Biko said, black is beautiful. Let us be black, wholesomely and proud of God made us to be. Thank you, teaching Africanism. I am an American, not South African. Oh, Tembi. Oh, I am Africa, not South African. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you so much for reminding us that we are not South Africans, that we are Africans. I think that's a beautiful Utembi. That's a beautiful note to end this live stream on. Thank you so much. I think I'm going to end there. You are the best. Many kisses to you and all my queens on the comment sections. To all my kings, I salute you. Continue protecting your queens. Continue raising your children, and continue being a good example and a role model to every child in Africa that's looking up to you, our African kings. Thank you so much. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.